Well, I first got sight of Gregory Corso in the flesh when I was a student at New York University in 1959, and I went to a reading by Allen Ginsberg at the Living Theater. And in the audience was a young man who, during Ginsberg's reading, shouted out a couple of times. And that was my first experience of Gregory Corso. And during the decades later, when I became his friend, it was an honor to be heckled or interrupted during a poetry reading by Gregory Corso, because when I was a teenager at New York University, I watched him interrupt the reading of my beat hero, Allen Ginsberg. So, and then Miriam, whom I met at New York University in 1958, a year later bought Bomb by Gregory Corso. And she loved that poem, and we kept it with us for decades. And she was always a fan of Gregory, especially Bomb. And then in 1975, at the annual New Year's reading at the St. Mark's Poetry Project, Gregory Corso said about the Beat generation, he said, "We created change without a drop of blood." And I always thanked Gregory for that comment. So I'll read his poem, "The Whole Mess, Almost." I ran up 6 flights of stairs to my small furnished room, opened the window, and began throwing out those things most important in life. First to go, truth, squealing like a fink. "Don't, I'll tell awful things about you." "Oh yeah? Well, I've got nothing to hide." Out. Then went God, glowering and whimpering in amazement. "It's not my fault. I'm not the cause of it all." Out. Then love, cooing bribes. "You'll never know impotency. All the girls on Vogue covers, all yours." I pushed her fat ass out and screamed, "You always end up a bummer." I picked up faith, hope, charity, all 3 clinging together. "Without us, you'll surely die." "With you, I'm going nuts. Goodbye." Then beauty, ah, beauty. As I led her to the window, I told her, "You I loved best in life, but you're a killer. Beauty kills." Not really meaning to drop her, I immediately ran downstairs, getting there just in time to catch her. "You saved me," she cried. I put her down and told her, "Move on." Went back up those 6 flights. Went to the money. There was no money to throw out. The only thing left in the room was death, hiding beneath the kitchen sink. "I'm not real," it cried. "I'm just a rumor spread by life." Laughing, I threw it out, kitchen sink and all, and suddenly realized humor was all that was left. All I could do with humor was to say, "Out the window with the window." Gregory Corso, "The Whole Mess, Almost."